The first thing that I want to do is prime my base with my Sonia Kashuk Vitamin Rich Primer, and this just goes on like butter. It makes your skin feel so good and almost like rose petals. So it fills in all the fine lines and just gives you a really good base for your foundation. And I'm just going to rub it in with my fingers. And then I'm going to use my True Match Lumi Makeup Foundation. I am in the color W3. And I'm going to take my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush and I'm just going to work the foundation down the side of my face because that's the direction your hair grows. And it's going to give you the best application. And this is the first time I'm trying this foundation. I really like it. The only thing that I don't like is that I have to use a lot of it. So for this makeup application, I used the pump 3 times. And I usually leave the area around my eyes with no foundation because I'm going to go over it with my Pro Longwear Concealer by MAC in NC20. And this is just going to brighten up my face, make me look awake, and gives you that nice halo effect. And I'm just going to go in with my Expert Face Brush again. You can use a beauty blender if you want, but for today I'm just going to use my Expert Face Brush. I normally like to use my sponge, but this pretty much does the same thing. So I'm going to hide my dark circles and also put it over the lid as a base for my eyeshadows. I'm going to be using my Naked palette today, and I'm using Virgin Sin, Naked, and Buck. And I'm only going to use those 4 colors from the palette. And the first color that you want to take is the color Naked. And this is going to be the transition color. So I'm going to use a large fluffy brush and place this in the crease. And you want to start on the outer part of your eye and then slowly work the color in. And you just want to do your windshield wiper motions. Make everything nice and smooth. And then for some more definition, I'm going to go in with the color Buck with a smaller blending brush so that the color stays only in the crease. And I'm just going to do the exact same motion. I'm going to start on the outer part of my eyelid, kind of wiggle it around, and then bring the color in. And then you just want to do your windshield wiper motions to get everything really nicely blended. And then I'm using the color Sin, and I'm just going to place this all over the lid. And this is just going to make my eyes pop and brighten them up. And I'm just using the same blending brush. Just make sure that you wipe it very well right before you apply the new color. And I'm mainly focusing underneath the crease. And now I'm going to go in with the color Virgin just for the highlight. And then you want to finish off the look with the color Buck on the lower lash line. And I like to rub it into the lower lash line all throughout the lash line for my first application, and then the second time just focusing on the outer half. So the first application, I'm going to rub it along the entire lash line. And then for the second application, I'm just going to focus on the outer half, just for a little bit more definition on the outer part of my eye. And now I'm going to take my L'Oreal Infallible eyeliner, and I'm going to create a winged eyeliner. And I do have a video on how I do my eyeliner. If you guys are interested, I will leave a link in the bottom bar below where I go into more detail on how I do it. And so here it's a little bit dramatic, not too much. And make sure you bring it all the way in. And now I'm going to use my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the color Corrupt. And I didn't want to go with black because I didn't want it to be too harsh, but I wanted it to be defined at the same time. And I'm just going to apply this to the waterline and just rub it into the lashes. And now I'm using my Anastasia brow gel just to groom my brows and to get them ready to apply eyeshadow. And I'm going to let my eyebrows dry and set, and I'm just going to curl my lashes and add plenty of coats of black mascara. And here, I wasn't lying, I added about 5 coats of mascara to my top and bottom lashes. And I'm going to fill in my brows using my Sonia Kashuk Eye on Neutral palette. And I'm taking the softest brown with an angled MAC eyeshadow brush. And I'm just going to slowly fill in my brows. And I like playing with my Eye on Neutral palette because I can make my eyes really dark and defined, or I could do them really light like how I am today. It all depends on the look that I'm doing. And then your eyes are finished. So this eye is very easy to do. I'd say the main focus is to get your lashes looking really long and wispy. And I'm going to go in with my Laguna NARS bronzer. And I'm just going to put some definition back into my face. I'm going to put it in the usual spots, which are in the hollows of my cheeks, along the side of my forehead. This just gives me warmth and just makes everything look a little bit more structured. And for blush, I'm using this Kat Von D blush that I just bought and I am in love with it. It is called Por Vida and it is a beautiful corally pink color. It is gorgeous. It is automatically going on my favorites list. These blushes are amazing. You really need just a tiny amount. This blush is going to last me forever. They're extremely pigmented and they just blend beautifully. Totally recommend these blushes if you haven't got one already. And now I'm going to use my Kardashian Beauty highlighter, and I have fallen in love with this highlighter as well. It is a beautiful highlight. It just makes your skin look like it's glowing and not like your face is wet, if that makes any sense. And I love the color. It's a really soft gold color, which is perfect. For lips, I'm using my Flower Beauty lipstick in Morning Glory. It's a very pale nude. And these lipsticks are extremely pigmented, so I like to just dab it on and blend it in with my fingers. And to put a little bit more brown into the lipstick, I'm using In the Nude Kardashian Beauty lip gloss over the top. So here is my subtle smoky eye that you can wear during the day or at night. I hope that you guys enjoyed this makeup tutorial. If you guys ever recreate any of the makeup looks that I do on my channel, please tag me on Instagram and use the hashtag Jessin21 so that I can see them. And thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video.